And this guy is one to look out for. Yunus Musah, Valencia midfielder. He plays on the right side of the midfield. Also eligible for England and Ghana. He was born in New York City. He joined the Arsenal Academy in 2012, and that's where he came up through until 2 years ago when he moved over to Valencia to get more first team moments or first team matches and playtime.
Yeah, it's interesting because I've only been hearing much about him recently, and he is doing great for his team right now. It's with Valencia. He's 17 and he's starting a decent amount of games and he's getting a lot of minutes. Not just that, but he played against Real Madrid in Valencia's 4-1 win against them just last week, and he played a pivotal role. He had it was actually
he had a goal disallowed by VAR.
Yeah, and Valencia got 3 penalties that game, which may be the reason why they were able to build such a big lead over Madrid. But Musah actually he got one of those penalties after bodying up with Ramos, forcing a handball, I believe. And then he also netted a goal that was disallowed due to VAR calling it offside. So that's the type of activity we want to see from a young player, not just getting a chance, but getting involved, in big ways against a big team.
And, opposed to a different, a guy like Tim Weah, who's obviously he's still coming off an injury. I think Tim Weah is probably still a little bit more along in his career, but Yunus is getting consistent minutes. He started 7 out of the 9 La Liga games for Valencia this season. He most recently scored his first goal on November 1st against Getafe. Fantastic. He got the ball over in his own half and went all the way and finished it nice near post finish with his right foot. And I think the biggest reason he got called up, I don't necessarily know if he's going to slot right into a team if we have a qualifying match next, but to show him that, hey, we have a spot for you here. We see you being a player for us very soon. We think you can help us now. And if we can steal him away from England, I mean, that'd be a huge one because he has been the captain for the under 18s for the Three Lions.
Yeah, it's really impressive what he's doing, especially for a team like Valencia. They've had a very strong midfield in seasons past with Parejo, players like that who are quality Spain internationals, and now we
Dennis Cheryshev plays in that squad right now.
Yeah, exactly. And we have an American player who's getting consistent minutes for a team of the stature of Valencia, and it's really impressive to see, and it's really promising if we're able to pin him down as an American international.
Do you see him playing a big role in the upcoming matches? I think for sure he's going to play. I don't think you bring a player in like that, even though he is just 17, because of the whole international, like we have to fight to keep him playing for the U.S. Do you think he's going to play a pivoted role? Do you think he plays in both games, just in one? Because I think he has to play. Mm-hmm. You don't call him up to a November camp if you don't have him play.
Right. Yeah, I think we will most likely see him in both. The question is, where will he be playing? I would be actually interested if he does play both games to see him as a right-sided midfielder, but he also can play more of a central midfielder. So we'll see which Greg is looking for him at, like which position Greg is looking to fill him with, or is he looking to be a more dynamic player for us, an option in multiple parts of the field, because he has that exposure to both different positions.
No, and absolutely. And I mean, you watch him play for Valencia. He's this dynamic, bold winger. He's a pretty big guy. He's very strong on the ball. He doesn't really get pushed off it. You see him pushing defenders around sometimes in 50-50 oppositions. He's skilled on the ball. He can finish. But then you look at it when he played for England in the under 18s, he played a bit more centrally, and you see a little bit more of this skill and the ability to pass the ball. So I think he's a versatile player, and I can't wait. And I can't wait to see him be part of this U.S. men's national team pool. He's a guy we haven't even talked about much of because he's been playing for England, and he accepted this call up. I think there's a realistic chance that we get this guy. I think if he plays, and obviously you can do the one-time switch, and we're not playing in a competitive game for a little bit, but I could definitely see him playing here. If he plays well, I could definitely see him getting a call up over to the national team camp in January. And, he is only 17, but He's showing he can play in one of the best leagues in the world. I'm pretty sure he's in a good position to start playing for us.
Yes, sir. And that being said, I think we're about ready to wrap up the show now, but we just want to mention